Hey guys, welcome back to CakeTube. These mirror glaze cakes have been all over the internet recently, so I thought I would try my hand at one. To begin, like always, we are going to build our cake. I'm going to hurry through these steps because finally my cake basics videos are done and will be up on my channel this week. The majority of these mirror glaze cakes you see online are made with some type of mousse because you want your cake to be really smooth when you pour the glaze on, and once the mousse sets up, it provides a nice smooth surface for the glaze. I wanted to do this cake with buttercream because you can get buttercream just as smooth. If you want to check out my favorite buttercream recipe, the link will be in the description box below. I know this may seem like a lot of steps to build this cake, but getting a smooth surface takes time. You don't want to pour the glaze on a bumpy cake because the glaze is thin and you will see every single imperfection. Once all the steps to building your cake are complete, let it chill in the fridge until you are ready to pour your glaze on. Speaking of which, let's learn how to make the glaze. I will link the recipe I used in the description box below. The ingredients are listed in grams, so I strongly suggest measuring them with some type of scale. To begin, you will first need to measure 60 grams of water and 10 grams of unflavored gelatin. Mix both together well and set aside until all water has been absorbed. Next, you will need 150 grams of sugar, 75 grams of water, 100 grams of sweetened condensed milk, 150 grams of glucose, and 150 grams of white chocolate. Begin making the glaze by adding your sugar, water, and glucose into a medium-sized pot over medium heat and stir constantly until your mixture reaches a boil. Once your mixture boils, remove it from the heat, add your bloom gelatin, and stir that in until completely melted. Then stir in your sweetened condensed milk. To add in the chocolate, the recipe recommends a stick blender, but I don't have one of those, so I used my regular blender and it worked great. If you look at the blades of a stick blender compared to a regular blender, they're very similar. Add in your chocolate and then your boiled mixture. Allow it to sit for a few minutes to melt the chocolate and then blend until smooth. While the glaze is still warm, add in the color of your choice. I stirred in a little bit of black gel food color for the gray and some white food color for the white. After adding in the food coloring, I was a bit worried that the consistency of the white would be too thin, so here I am adding in some more gelatin to help it thicken. After you've colored your glaze, you want to let it cool at room temperature until it has reached 35 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Once your glaze is cool, it's finally time to pour. This part was a lot of fun. I started with pouring a base of white until the entire cake was covered. Then I started to pour thin lines of gray over the cake in random patterns. I started by pouring a thin stream off to the side before I allowed it to touch the cake. This helped to prevent getting a giant blob of gray on the cake. I wanted to keep the lines very thin. This initial pour was just to make sure I had gray that would flow down the sides of the cake, so I wasn't too concerned about the design at this point. To give this cake more of a marble design, I added more thin lines of gray and then some white to cover some of the gray up. I then took an offset spatula to smear some of the gray and white together, because if you look at marble, it has defined lines, but then it also has some areas that look like the gray and white have been mixed together. I also popped any large air bubbles with a pin. Repeat these steps until you're happy with the look of your cake, and then you're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to follow me and subscribe for more cake tutorials. Have a great day!